Alright, so we have a Panasonic Lumix. I bought this a long time ago. It powers on, but it does not display anything on the little LCD screen here. So the fellow said he broke the ribbon cable deal. So we are gonna try to take this apart and see what we can see. And I did verify that it does put out HDMI out of the HDMI port over here. So I think the first order of business is to remove that port. All right, I've soaked this port in alcohol to try to get the flux that was in there out of it. I don't know if it's all out or not. I hope so. I don't have another one. Yeah, it's not like you can buy parts for a Panasonic Lumix deal. So I will attempt to solder this back on. I've put, I don't know what solder was used before, but I put some of my own solder on there. So we will put down a teeny bit of flux on the pads, just enough to get it to slide into place. If this is a lot longer than like a Nintendo Switch port or little fastener thing, dab up some of that, put it on there, and remove the husky hair. All right, let's heat it up and see if we can get most of the port in there. That'll be good. I think it's on there. We'll check in a minute. Let's inspect the joints. That side looks all right. That side looks okay. I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's much better than it was. That's for sure. Let's put it back in its case and see if we can get some image. All right, let's put the battery in. Let's open up the screen. Let's flip it on. And the light is on and we have no screen. That sucks. All right, so obviously it didn't work. You guys saw that. So I'm checking. This looks to me to be a fuse. And I'm looking at this fuse and I'm measuring it and it's open. I don't think it's supposed to be open. So let's check from ground to one side of this fuse to see if, okay, it's not shorted on that side of the fuse. And it's not short, it's completely open on this side of the fuse. So if I were to insert the, and this is miserably difficult, just so you know, this is almost as bad as trying to plug in a Nintendo DS freaking top screen. So in an hour when I get this done, I'll be back. All right, so I've got the screen plugged in. I want to measure from ground to the other side of that fuse to make sure that the screen's not like pulling a short on that fuse. and it's not. It's, for the most part, open load. Okay, so I think, and then if you look, notice on this track for that fuse runs to like these first, these 4 pins right here, or maybe 5 pins. Or maybe it's only the 1 pin. No, it's just the 1 pin. So does that provide power? You know what we should do? We should put a battery in. I'm going to put a battery in. I'm going to turn it on. And then I will tell you what the voltage is on that, if there is any. So power is on. Power went off. 6 volts. On the other side of it, we got nothing. So I'm pretty confident that that needs to be replaced. That's a fuse that's blown and needs to be replaced. So whoever, the person I bought this from said they did a mod on the console, or on the camera, some kind of mod. I don't know exactly what the mod is. I'm not a camera person, but they said that they had broken the thing, but the thing didn't look broken to me. It just looked like somebody had tried to solder one on there and did so improperly. Now it's soldered on there properly. I think the issue might be that fuse is bad. So I need to figure out how to get that fuse off of there without melting and without putting a tremendous amount of flux everywhere to get into that connector. I wish I'd have known this before I put the connector on, you know? It's off. How slick was that, bro? Now let's find a fuse. All right, I dug one out of a broken camera that I had tried to repair a long time ago. It's on there a little crooked, but let's see if we got continuity. I think we got continuity. Can I get that on there better though? All right, I think that's better. So let's make sure we still have continuity. Nothing happened to that fuse. We have 0 ohms. I know y'all can't see it, but we do. So we're going to put it back together. I'm going to wrestle with this this little cable, because you have to twist it like this, and then you have to put it in. It's very difficult. And then we'll check it. All right, let's hope this works, because I'm out of ideas after that. Let's open up the screen. All right, you can do this work for me. It did not work. Why is it flashing green? Is the battery dead? Oh, I didn't have the ribbon cable in there all the way. All right, please, 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 please. This would be cool to actually fix this thing. Come on. Come on, bud. All right, so I'm probing around, and this is the board I'm working on. And I noticed this little chip right here has a little ding in it. And so it's a BGA chip, and it looks like it has 6 pins, and it has 2 rows and then 3 columns, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. So when I come here, I'm not getting, I'm red probe on ground, black probe on the pad. I'm not getting a reading. I do get a reading here, and I don't get a reading here, which I presume this is either the input or the output. I'm not really sure which. But on another board, if I go red probe on ground, black probe, but the problem is this chip is cracked too, but I do get a reading on there, and I get a reading on, it's hard to scratch too, I get a reading here. I'm getting 0.4, and I still get the reading here. And I think this is the ground for this chip. So I'm thinking maybe I should just swap those chips over and see if that makes a difference. I'm assuming this is for the LCD circuit. It's near where the LCD ribbon cable should be. That fuse was blown, but I don't think there's any relationship because this fuse that we took off of this board, it is battery voltage. It basically, you get battery voltage from here, and that battery voltage is felt here and not here, just here. So that battery voltage is felt there. And I don't know where this goes. It goes through the board somewhere. Let's see if I can, let's see if this comes anywhere on this ribbon cable. So that doesn't come anywhere near the ribbon cable. This doesn't come anywhere near the ribbon cable. And then this yeah, so I don't know where these go, but I definitely know something's not right with that, with this other one. I mean, it should, it's like the chip is open. I don't know. Let's take it off. Let's put some tape over the ribbon connector here. And we'll angle the air in between. Let's check now. Let me, if I just bumped it, I just want to see maybe when the person was taking it out, because that is right next to the ribbon cable connector. Ow, that's hot. No, it's still not. I got to take it off. So we'll take this one off, even though it looks cracked. I'm cracked. Where is it at? Maybe it's not. Oh, I just blew it off, man. All right, it snapped into place. 0.4, 0.3, 0.4. Okay, I think we did it. If this doesn't work, I don't know what else to try. I mean, there's this stuff on the back, but I mean, everything on the back looks fine. I've checked for grounds on the back, and I didn't see anything. Or, I mean, I've checked for shorts. I didn't see any shorts. I didn't see any anything that looks malformed. The only thing that looks malformed is this chip, and it's malformed on both the boards that I had. But this one seems to be giving readings, whereas the other one didn't seem to be giving any readings. And this fuse was blown on when we started, so it's like the person plugged in I don't know what they did, to be honest. I don't know what they did. Some kind of mod, that's all I know. And they said that they broke this. And I said, well, hey, I can fix that. But clearly, that didn't, that's not helpful. But anyhow, I will put it back together and we will give it a test. Well, here goes nothing. And we still have no screen. Yeah, this sucks, man. So we have the battery voltage on that little fuse. That's either the input or the output of that chip, and we have nothing with it off. If I turn it on, something's not right. Something is definitely not right. It's jumping around. And the problem is you can't freaking measure it with the screen attached, because you barely have enough room to. Something's not right, obviously. I'm guessing that that's supposed to be 3 volts on this little chip. That chip is supposed to be providing us 3 volts. And it's only, it's bouncing around. If I'm being honest, that thing looks like it's on there a little crooked. Maybe I should give it a reflow. Wonder if I can reflow it in the chassis. Hopefully I didn't melt nothing. That chip is definitely damaged, but I don't have another one. I do not have, and I don't even know what it is, other than it's an array, a BGA that's 2 by 3. There, we still got battery voltage. It's bouncing around higher. Yeah, I'm getting voltage on the other side now. So let's take the battery out. I wasn't getting voltage on that other side, so let's see. Maybe that made a difference, enough of a difference. Battery's out. I think that's probably what happened, is somebody tried to mess with this with the battery in there. And as we all know, we should not be messing with stuff with the battery in there. Not when it comes to the video. I don't know if, look at that, bro. We freaking did it. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? I did not for 1 second think that I was going to be able to fix this after the ribbon cable was done. I thought it was all she wrote. I can't believe it, dude. I cannot believe this actually worked. I'll test the camera out. I just wanted a backup for the camera I have, so. Dude, that's amazing. Just one more time, let's cut it back on. Yes, dude. Oh, that is friggin' awesome, bro. So how do you set the clock? How do you set the clock menu? Time on deck is 14:10. And it is July something. July 16th. And it is 2025. And then I just, what, hit set? Or do I hit, does this thing have touch screen? I guess not. Oh, you know what? What happened? Screen went off. The screen went off. Oh, look, look. Well, you know what? Let's put this on here. Okay. So now let's cut it on and see if we can get a clearer picture of something. It's kind of blurry, bro. Oh, you know what? I remember having to set like autofocus and all that stuff. Anyhow, how cool is that, man? It actually works. I don't know what any of this does, so. I had to figure it out when I initially bought my camera that I'm recording this video with. The same camera I'm recording the video with. But anyhow, why does it flash that? What is that exclamation point, dude? I don't know what that means. I don't know how to get that back off. Anyhow, all right, man, that's it for this video. It's fixed. I have a second working camera, and I already know it outputs HDMI. So that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Anyhow, y'all be good.